The Mafia boss only came in for a repair. A quiet garage, grease-stained floors. A man who fixed engines for a living, not people. While the mechanic worked under the hood, he noticed the girl in the back seat. She couldn't walk. Her legs rested lifeless beneath a thin blanket, but her eyes followed everything. Curious, alert, intelligent, too aware. Most people looked away. The mechanic didn't. He watched how she shifted her weight, how her hands clenched when the car vibrated, how her feet tried to move but couldn't. That night, after the car drove away, the mechanic stayed behind. He pulled scrap metal from a bin, old hinges, springs, brackets, parts no one wanted. By morning, his hands were bleeding, but on his workbench stood something new. A simple, handmade walking support. Crude, ugly, but built exactly for her. When the Mafia boss returned the next day, annoyed about a noise, the mechanic hesitated, then spoke. "May I try something with your daughter?" The man almost said, "No, almost." The girl was lowered into the frame. Her legs trembled. Then slowly she stood. One step, then another. The garage went silent, because the poor mechanic hadn't just fixed a car, he had built a future. And the man watching was powerful enough to change the mechanic's life forever. Stay with me until the end, because the reward the Mafia boss gives next will change the poor mechanic's life forever. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and comment where you're watching from. Now, let's get started. The garage door rattled shut on Tuesday morning, leaving Marco Santos alone with the silence that had become his closest companion. 38 years old, hands permanently stained with motor oil, and a bank account that mocked his monthly rent payments. The sign outside read, Santos Auto Repair, but most days it felt more like Santos Auto Struggle. Marco had inherited the garage from his uncle 3 years ago, along with debts that seemed to multiply faster than the rust on abandoned car parts scattered around the property. The neighborhood had changed since Uncle Eduardo first opened the doors in 1987. What was once a bustling working-class district had become something darker, something people whispered about behind closed doors. The sound of expensive engines wasn't unusual here anymore. Black sedans with tinted windows, men in tailored suits who paid in cash and asked no questions. Marco had learned to keep his head down, fix what needed fixing, and forget what he'd seen. Survival in this part of town meant